And my question is this: if all of the migrant workers are deported, would you, your family, or any of your friends sign up to take their jobs? For example, such jobs as becoming farm workers, day laborers, collecting fruits, vegetables, doing all that, assembly line and production, janitorial positions, cleaning, becoming housekeepers, maids, and other services like gardening or even becoming a handyman, or any other stereotypical migrant worker job. Now let me know down in the comments if you would or if you wouldn't. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting conversation.
So now people are trying to say that Black Americans are immigrants. Black Americans are the only people in the U.S. besides Native Americans that are not considered immigrants. Europeans, Asians, Latinos all came here to the United States voluntarily, whereas Black Americans came here by force. In order to be considered an immigrant, you have to take action and moving to another country. Black Americans did not take action. We were forced. That's why we call ourselves foundational Black Americans, right next to Native Americans. Black Americans have been here in this country since the 1600s, a lot longer than a lot of white American families that you see today.
We didn't come here for a better life. We came here against our will to give a better life to other people. Our history is different from yours. We are not here for the same reasons. Oh, these facts, man, these facts, boy, they just be, they are unrelenting facts. All right, I'm out.
Trying to scare tactic Black people that if they don't stand in unison with Mexicans and immigrants in this deportation, that we're next. Next how? That's how, y'all be talking about, well, we don't know the history about. Y'all don't know the history. We are citizens of this country that were brought over here forcibly by our ancestors, brought over here forcibly centuries ago. Our blood is in this soil. There is no next. There's no deporting us. There's no rounding us up. Like, what are you talking about? We not in the same boat. This ain't the same thing. ICE ain't looking for us.
I don't care what nobody says. Being held accountable by your own kind is the most effective method. The only method that I might place above that is the feel it to learn method, where you got to make them feel it to learn. That's the only other method that I would put above that. But being told about yourself by somebody who looks like yourself, it just hits differently. It's almost like, damn self, you might be onto something. Damn self, damn twin, I gotta listen to you because you look like me. And it's for that reason alone why I gotta leave the Latino community, why I gotta leave the Cuban American community in Florida specifically, why I gotta leave the I will vote Donald Trump with this clip. I gotta leave you guys with this clip.
100%. African American.
We should all care about each other regardless of who we voted for. I'm sorry. I hope you guys can be better people. Good luck to you guys.
Yeah, you're only saying that because you're losing your business because you voted for Donald Trump. We should all care about each other. Who specifically were you caring about other than yourself when you cast your vote for Donald Trump? The fact of the matter is you voted for Donald Trump because you thought all of the things that are happening to you were just going to happen to other people. And now you sit here saying we should all care about each other. You were upset that people have come onto the internet to express their opinions about you when you got on the internet and said, I am a Trump voter who is losing his business. And you literally asked for these people to respond. And when they do, you're upset about that when the whole reason you did it was to get a lot of views and likes and clicks to promote your business, which is failing. And now you're upset that you got exactly what you wanted, which is ironic because you're also upset you voted for Trump. We all have our own experience with Donald Trump. Personally, I watched hundreds of businesses and tens of thousands of jobs in my industry disappear because Donald Trump crashed the global oil and gas market. That's in his first administration, okay? I watched that, and then I watched him convince people in the oil and gas industry that he was the best thing ever for them and that we were going to drill, baby, drill. What's happening to those people right now? A lot of people in this country are going to be negatively impacted by this presidency. Not just you. A lot of people are going to be negatively impacted much worse than you. People are going to lose their lives in El Salvadorian prisons. And you think we're worried about your rims business? I can't predict what you will lose under this administration, but I can tell you this, you're probably not going to end up in a foreign prison somewhere because you have the one thing going for you those people don't. That pretty white skin. Yeah. So what's the problem? You're going to be fine. But the fact that you would ask for sympathy from people who are witnessing other people go through things 1,000 times worse than you when you literally voted for what is happening to you, and you expect Americans to give you some kind of sympathy is just on a level I can't even imagine. I'm sure all this tariff thing will go away probably within the next week and you'll be back to selling your rims. I mean, thank God, right? I mean, there's nothing more important than your rims. You say we should all care about each other. I don't want anything to happen to you. With that being said, I'm certainly not going to feel sorry for you because you made your choices. You made your bed, now you have to lie in it. I don't have to feel sorry for you. Certainly doesn't mean I want something bad to happen to you. That is just karma, doing what karma does. Thanks.
So in today's video, citizenship matters more than race when it comes to deportation. And yeah, the internet has been losing it on this matter, and some people are shocked, others are angry, and others are exposing just how misunderstood immigration law really is. But here is the wild part. A lot of people arguing online didn't even understand the difference between being black and being an immigrant. Let's watch these clips and then I'll come back with more comments.
We've been seeing videos ever since ICE has started raiding people. We first started seeing the Latinos. They started telling us originally that, you know what? Hey, Black Americans, if you don't support us with ICE, you're next. You're going to be deported. And we were like, no, we're not. But you'll find out. And then they started to eventually find out, wait a minute, Black Americans can't be deported. Then Africans and Caribbeans and different people throughout the diaspora found this out. Then you had Arabs and all these other groups, Indians and everybody finding out Black Americans can't be deported. And a lot of them are utterly shocked. They're like, what? They can't be deported? And the reason they feel that way is because of one reason. Now, stay tuned because I want you to make sure you hear exactly the reason. Now, they have this African brother that's going to tell you a lot of what they're saying and what is rooted in why they're saying about they upset about us cannot be deported. Let's go ahead and check that out.
Some immigrants are furious, and it is a sign of jealousy that Black Americans cannot be deported.
Latino community coming for Black Americans. Now we have other people in the diaspora talking about, but Black people are being deported too. What about us? We're not trying to be divisive, but I'm also remembering how many of y'all were sitting back saying that we were lazy, that we had no culture, we didn't know where we came from, and claiming things that are actually in our culture as your own. And I'm still not over the fact.
The reason why y'all want Black Americans to be affected by ICE so bad is because y'all are still convinced that we are immigrants, and we are not. We are not. We've been here for over 400 years, and for most of us, our ancestors have been here even before the slave trade. Most of us have American Indigenous lineage that we can actually trace because a lot of our families were reclassified from Indian to Negro, and there's proof that we were reclassified. We are not immigrants. They can't send us back nowhere. Where they going to send me back? North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida. That's the only place that we can go. We're not immigrants. This is not our battle. Furthermore, most of the people who are now being deported, or most of the people that are immigrants here, have always had a stigma against Black Americans. We're lazy, we're dirty, we're ghetto, we're loud, we're uneducated, we're this and we're that. But now that ICE is outside, we're supposed to be on the front lines of the same people who come here with these mentalities about us and don't even know us. I don't understand that. This is not our battle. This has nothing to do with us. And all the Black Americans who want to go outside and put themselves on the front line and risk their lives, that's on them. But don't expect for the majority of us to be out there risking our lives for something that don't got nothing to do with us. Now, when it comes to immigration, me, myself, I don't mind immigration as long as it's legal. I worked in the immigration office for a period of time back in 2016. And when I say there are hundreds of thousands of files of people trying to get into this country, and I'm talking about people who have been trying for 15 plus years to get into this country the legal way, and they still haven't been able to get in yet because of whatever is going on. And yet We're trying to be pressured to fight on a front line for people who jumped in front of all of those people, okay, and cross borders illegally. Right now, if I take my ass to the Mexican border and think that I'm just going to cross into Mexico, there's going to be consequences and repercussions for my ass if I get caught. If I try to take myself to the Canadian border right now, there's going to be consequences and repercussions if I do that illegally. So why is America expected to be the country where people can just come in and out as they please, undocumented? We don't know who you are. We don't know what's going on. We don't know where you came from. We don't know if you're running from something. We don't know if you're a prisoner somewhere else and now you over here trying to sneak and hide. We don't know what the fuck is going on. Furthermore, let's look into how many black women have been unalived by illegal immigrants. One of my good friends is the sister of Dakara Thompson. Dakara Thompson was a 19-year-old beautiful woman, young woman, who was unalived by an illegal immigrant. He raped her, he SA'd her, he unalived her, and then threw her off a bridge. Okay, this was back in the late August, early September of 2025. So this is rather recent. Okay, and her family is now in court dealing with that. The gag to that story is that same illegal immigrant that unalived that beautiful young lady had been caught on a DUI a couple of months to a year before that, if I'm not mistaken, and nobody checked to see if he was actually supposed to be here or not. So he could have gotten deported and that baby girl would still be here. So no, this is not my fight. This is not our fight. We are not expected to be on the front lines for everybody, while everybody continuously disrespects us and undermines the things that we have going on. We have all of these people who are of Caribbean heritage and so on and so forth in politics that speak against reparations because they say it's not fair or it's going to put us in debt and all of this other shit. But then we're also supposed to go fight for you? Are y'all crazy? No. This don't got shit to do with me. My people have been here. I myself have my tribal ID because I did the work for my genealogy and traced it back and was able to prove that I'm Indigenous American. And a lot of us have.
So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about this viral debate surrounding deportation, immigration, citizenship, and the massive confusion happening all over online. Now, before we get into this video is for commentary and discussion. We are talking about public reactions in an internet culture and misinformation spreading online. Because honestly, some of the takes people are posting are absolutely unbelievable. So the conversation exploded after several clips spreading online about Black Americans and how they can't simply be deported. And somehow, this became a huge argument. Now, let's slow this down for a second, because a US citizen cannot legally be deported simply because of race. That applies to everybody, whether it is Black Americans, white Americans, Asian Americans, Latino Americans, all of that. Citizenship is what matters. But online, some people started acting like black people and some kind of special protection that nobody else get. And that is where the confusion, the outrage started. So here is where things get interesting. A lot of people online are mixing these completely. We have Black Americans born in the US. We have Black immigrants living in the US. And then we have non-citizens with temporary protected status. Those are not the same thing. And once social media grabbed hold of this topic, nuance completely disappeared. And because outrage spreads faster than facts, people saw the clips, they reacted emotionally, and suddenly everyone became an immigration expert overnight.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this as nicely as possible, but Africans, what is the obsession with Black Americans, right? Because there's grievances on many different levels: education, money, where you're from, what language do you speak. I've come to the conclusion that All of the questioning and the BS is coming from y'all side. What is going on? Where you guys just can't understand that we're not immigrants. You don't understand that we can't be deported from America. You don't understand that we've been here for 490, almost 500 years. We don't have nowhere else to go. This is where we're from. We're not going anywhere either. And our government doesn't want to kick us out of this place neither. I'm trying to understand genuinely why it upsets some of you that I cannot be deported, right? Why does it upset you that I have not experienced what you've experienced on your journey from pick one of the 54 countries all the way up until you got to America or Europe? You guys are right worrying about shit that you shouldn't be worried about. I'm not you and you're not me. I'm a real nigga and you're not. You're African. I'm part of the group who leads the world in culture. That's my ethnicity. That's my group of blacks. You should worry about what your group is going through, where your group has to go. The same way that Black Americans don't think twice about a single fucking African. And I say that with all due respect. We don't think about you guys. We don't think about anything that's going on over there. But you do have Africans who are in Africa right now, in one of those 54 countries with a fucking, what's them phones called? With an Android, watching our every fucking move. Not only watching, but critiquing. You guys are worried about the wrong things. We're not immigrants. We can't be deported. We are American. We're not going anywhere. Stop hating on us, please. It's about to be 2026 in about 5 days. It's a new year. You stop hating on Black Americans, please.
I just seen a video on here where African girl is on here saying, "Oh, well, ICE is now deporting Black Americans. What the fuck is they gonna deport us to, bitch? They gonna deport me back to St. Louis where my daddy from, bitch? They want it to be us so bad. They're not after us. See, we've been fighting these motherfuckers for generations and generations. They can't send us anywhere. Okay? It's nowhere for them to send us. This is our land just as much as it is theirs. We built this motherfucker. Didn't you hear what Trump said? It's us. The fuck is y'all talking about? And truly, we was here before them. And then y'all want to get on here and talk shit about us. And then turn around and ask us to unite with you guys. If we probably gonna unite with any fucking body, it'll probably be the Mexicans. Duh. And stop saying that I'm African. I'm not African. My ancestors are Cherokee and Choctaw Indians. You know, with the feathers? That's me. That's us. But it's okay. Y'all don't have to drag us into y'all bullshit. I mean, we get it. Trump is doing a damn fool on everybody. But at the end of the day, why y'all gotta pull us in it? They can't send us nowhere. Where they gonna send me to? Where's they gonna send us to? They gonna send my brother back to goddamn Chicago? I mean, what?
And trust me, some of these reactions I saw are genuinely shocking because some people were acting like deportation is based on race instead of legal status, and that is not how immigration works. If someone is a citizen, they are protected under the law regardless of their race. If someone is not a citizen, immigration consequences can apply regardless of your race. And that is the reality. But this reveals something bigger happening online. A lot of conversation today are driven by emotions more than information. And once people feel offended or even attacked, facts become secondary. And that is why topics like immigration, race, citizenship, and politics are sensitive topics, and these subjects generate massive engagement because people already come into the conversation emotionally charged. And to be fair, immigration is a sensitive topic. People have strong opinions about borders, citizenship, fairness, and the system overall. but misinformation helps nobody. If we are going to debate serious issues, at least understand the difference between race, nationality, citizenship, and immigration status, because those are completely different things. So guys, I want to know from you, what do you think this conversation exploded the way it did? Do you think social media makes the debates worse, or do you think people are finally paying attention to immigration issues more seriously? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and kindly remember to keep it respectful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.